One second, Mr. Solicitor, we also want to know what are the steps which have been taken by the NTA and by the government to identify the beneficiaries of the leaks, because that we have to be ruthless on identifying the beneficiaries.
We also have to be ruthless,
right? Because anybody who has breached the examination is not entitled to be there as a successful student.
Those who are identified, their results are good. But give me an example.
How many? We want to know how many have been identified.
Yes.
But more than how many have been identified, we want to know what was the course of action which was taken by the government.
Lord, kindly allow me to give an example. Lord, for the time being, leave Bihar. I'll not call the police also. I'll not take instructions. Take for example Godhra. Godhra incident, Lord, it passes on as a paper leak case. It's not a paper leak case. What happened was, there was one superintendent of one particular center called Jai Jalaram School. His name is Tushar Bhatt. Lord, he arranged with certain students that he didn't have the paper. But he said that whatever answers you can confidently answer, you give the answers. These are multiple choice questions with negative marking. And therefore, I would have a window of 3 hours before, after I take your papers back and I seal it and send it to the concerned authority. Fortunately, the authorities, the district magistrate came to know about this. It must have percolated from somewhere. Therefore, the moment examination started, the entire district administration and entire police administration was there. The papers after the examination were taken in their custody, sealed in their presence and sent, and that man was arrested. Now, from his mobile, there were several video chats which were found. And we could identify that these were the people with whom he was in touch. So those identified students, their papers are their results are with him. And they are issued so-called notices. Why should they not be?
So we want to know totally.
We are not concerned about Godhra, but we are concerned about Patna. Patna is the leakage. Godhra, we are not complaining. I am only about paper leakage, Patna. Nothing else. All others are minor issues. All are minor issues. Nobody would ask for a cancel of the examination.
Overall in the entire country, how many students whose results have been withheld owing to what we are discussing today? Individual, one student cheating from another student, we are not bothered about that.
Absolutely.
That the law will take its own course.
Yes.
How many students are there whose results have been withheld as a result of the systemic, so we won't say systemic, as a result of the leakage which took place. So, and where are those students situated? You want to see the geographical distribution of those students. Are they in one state? Are they in multiple states? Where are they situated? And third, now one more thing which we'd like to also dwell on is the following justice, the order passed by the bench presided over by Honorable Justice Vikramnath in the vacation. 1563 students, there was a retest. That was held on the 23rd of June, not 21st of June. 23rd of June.
It has been boosted.
Now, one second. Just tell us for this examination now. Are we still in the process of identifying the wrongdoers in terms of the students? We're not talking of those who are perpetrators, but beneficiaries. Have we been able to completely identify the students who are the beneficiaries, or is that process still ongoing?
Answer is no.
For instance, one second. For instance, look, if we have no go, we'll have to cancel the exams.
But there has been no effort whatsoever on that side.
As a board,
yes,
this cancellation of a test of this nature, 24 lakh students,
completely agree with
is a matter of extreme last. It is so
last resort,
because it may be,
Lordship is absolutely right.
It may be, and therefore we are asking questions about what is the time at which the leakage took place. So that will give us an idea of what was the opportunity for dissemination. What the modality is.
Very pertinent.
Now,
there are 56.
Quick answer, if you're not sure. Just one second. Mr. Solicitor, one second. One second, sir. One second. Just one second.
Everything by day
after. 1 second. One more thing I want to ask you is that with the kind of technology which we have today at our disposal, and the Government of India has its cyber forensic unit, is it not possible for us to run through the use of experts to bring some sense of confidence to the process? That you carry out a detailed data analytics exercise to see if there are suspicious markers. Now, we have to identify what the suspicious markers are. Alright, so I just want to say one thing. Let us not be in self-denial.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because,
self-denial is only adding to the problems, because now everybody knows there was a leak. So we have 2 or 3 things. We have to see what happened for this exam, what we do in the ongoing process for the conclusion of this year's admission, and finally, which is the third aspect of the matter which we'll answer, what do we do to ensure that the leak does not take place again in the future, or what are the steps we are taking to ensure that the dissemination in the future does not result in the leaks that we have encountered. On the last aspect, subject to hearing you, there should be a sort of a multidisciplinary committee consisting of the best experts, not necessarily only from the government, but people who have very wide experience and who are respected across the country. Because today we are dealing, I don't have to emphasize it, we are dealing with the most prestigious of educational admissions.
And
every middle class parent,
which are the treasure.
Every middle class parents aspires their children to go to medicine or engineering, or Now, what are we doing to ensure that that this will not happen in future, and how are we planning to tighten the examinations process? Is there an audit being conducted by the government on what went wrong in the NTA? That's one aspect. What do we do? There's a third aspect. Second aspect, assuming that we are not going to cancel the entire exam, what do we do between today and the date of admissions to identify those who are beneficiaries of the fraud? And the first aspect, do we cancel the exam, or do we allow the counseling to go through by identifying the beneficiaries? And on the first aspect, we'd like to know from the government, what have you done so far to identify those who are beneficiaries of the...
I can assure your lordships one thing. But we are not adversary.
Report to the CBI and Patna police. That is most important. Report to the CBI and the Patna police.
Mr. Solicitor, they have, from what they are trying to emphasize, we find that they place a great deal of emphasis on the fact that in the 20, 21, 22, 23, you had 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2, that is 4 and 1, 5, and to 7 students who got 720 out of 720 in 4 years. This year, we have 67 who get 720.
Which my lord, 6 are not 100.
One second.
We have an answer with
I have one more question. What is the percentile distribution in this exam across categories, not just 720 out of 7?
Few centers.
No. The distribution of marks, is it skewed at the top? In the last year, suppose how many were in the bottom third percentile, in the middle third percentile, in the top third percentile? This year, in the sense that will give us an indicator, was the pattern, was it a paper leak? Was the examination pattern comparatively easier as opposed to the previous year?
We have not correct. We have done the analysis. We'll place it on chart.
The chart I have given that answer my lord's query.
To make a small submission.
Last page of another page note. The chart I have given that satisfying my lord's query. The marks, my lord, I have compared, given the table. My lord, somebody in 2022 who obtained 700 marks. My lord, can you see this table for a moment? that will throw light on my lord's query.
222. Somebody who obtained 700 marks.
Yes, in 2022, his rank was 94.
Right.
In 23, somebody 700, his rank was 247. Then somebody has 700 in 2024, his rank is 2250.
He goes down.
It goes down because there's 100% rise.
My lord, also there is another
That's
aspect.
another question.
Also, there is another aspect.
One second. How many students appeared in 2022, 23, and 24?
Same number. See, that table is showing it. Something. Table is showing it, my lord. Can you see the 56 students that are before the lord? Total number of all of them are stoppers. Lord, kindly see the difference.
Lord, also,
There are
my lord, also there is another aspect to it.
But they increase in a very linear fashion.
My lord, there is another aspect to it. In fact, NT has published several answer keys. My lords, I'd like to point out. My lords, I'd like to may I be able to may I make a small submission, my lord?
Rest all of them have been meritorious, have scored highest mark in class 10 and 12. In so far as Gujarat is concerned, in these 56 people that have come before my lord. So this is a case where all of us are facing tremendous mental agony because of this.
That's all right. Now we can leave aside the emotions. You can trust us.
I am saying that out of
What we want to know, Mr. Solicitor, what we want to know is this. We will have these, we'll have these anecdotal, charts like this which are given to us. Please take instructions from the government. Can we not run this through a data analytics program to the cyber forensic unit? You can contact, if the government has that in the Ministry of Home Affairs, so much the better. If you don't have it, you can ask any of our top service providers to find out, because we have to identify whether the skewing of marks is so systemic that the whole examination is affected, or is it possible to identify people who are wrongdoers or likely wrongdoers, in which case a retest can be held for those students only.
I have not answered.
My lord, I'd like to make a small submission.
Not in a holistic way, but I can assure your lordship not about one thing. But we are not adversarial to the petitioners either way. The petitioners who have an apprehension of an all India problem, or petitioners 23 lakhs in number plus, who are not feeling insecure because they may have to face another examination. But we are concerned about both the sets, and we will assist your lordships dispassionately. And whatever your lordships have suggested, I think the solution lies somewhere else.
What we'd like to do, insofar as the petitioners are concerned, all lawyers for the petitioners, please, we'll take it up on Wednesday. We'll give them a day's time. So, Solicitor also wanted 1 day's time. We'll give you a day's time to put your hands together. We want all the lawyers for the petitioners who are asking for a retest, to sit together between now and Wednesday and give us one set of submissions. And we can't have people, 100 lawyers arguing before us on 100 different grounds. We want you to all sit down. We'll appoint one nodal counsel, as we do in the CB matters.
That's it.
You give us one consolidated submission, say not exceeding 10 pages. We don't mind, it shouldn't exceed 10 pages. Why are you asking for a retest?
Correct.
All right.
All material
Likewise,
we rely
what we
on
do-
for that purpose.
Likewise, we'll do this. We will ask the government to circulate a comprehensive list of dates and a response to what we have raised.
But in the meantime, because this CBI has been directed, because not everything is with CBI. NTA, as we have seen in the reply, they say we do not know whether it was systemic or not. Here, sometimes they completely deny there is no. So let the CBI file a status report before this honorable court in all 6 FIRs that will place the picture that in which direction the investigation is going.
Not all 6.
Not
Only
instead of
Patna.
a filtration in between.
Only Patna is enough.
Let away submit a status report.
You are
Let me
appearing,
take instructions
you
from.
are appearing for the CBI also, Mr.
So, let the CBI file a status report.
Why don't you do this? Ask the CBI to file a status report.
On Patna. That's where the leak has occurred. On the rest of the minor issues.
On its investigation, whether it is systemic or whether it is not.
If I have submission for
For suggestion, if you not may kindly consider it.
Lord, I'd like to make a small submission, my lord. Here, also the end.
But there is one more suggestion, if you not may kindly consider that.
change in the answer.
But in the meantime,
So the order dictate करें क्या भी?